Hey YouTube, today I'm gonna do Atlanta Exes, season 1, episode 4. It started off with Cherie is in the salon and Tori comes and they talk about the drama that happened between Tamika and Tori at the little lunch thing they had. So Tori just basically like, I go hard. When somebody come at me, I go hard. Because, Cherie was like, that kill yourself, that shit, kind of sting. You know what I'm saying? Saying stuff like that's really hurtful. But like she said, like, when she arguing with somebody, gloves are off, and I go for the jugular, basically. I don't know. I just think it's time in your life, you get to a certain age, and you should know how to argue and still hurt somebody's feelings without going over the line. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't condone violence. I feel like we too old for violence, but sometimes that's how bitches get stuck. Saying some shit like that, I'm saying. All that shit Tori was saying, she would have got stuck. Whatever. But anyway, she go in and Cherie like, why you didn't say nothing? Why you let her, you know what I'm saying, get away with what you had beef with her about? And Cherie basically, punk ass, was like, I was trying, but then you started going in. I'm like, bitch, no, you punked out. Just like Tori said. You just basically punked out because you just wanted to get it stirred up enough for Tori to take your battles. I don't know. It's just, that's what Cherie gives me. Tamika and Christina, they at I think Tamika's house, and they want to talk about the drama. Everybody want to talk about the drama the first part of the show, and to see how Christina the type of girl, how can we fix this? But Tamika, like, she the type of person like, I'm over it. I ain't got time for this shit. We either gonna be friends or we not gonna be friends. That's basically what she was at with that. She don't understand why Tori don't like her. Oh yeah, Mo ended up coming over too. And she like, I don't understand why this girl don't like me. She from the gate, she just had problems with me, and maybe she don't know how to take me and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time for y'all to talk and get this shit settled. But anyway, she was like, my skin is thick from people always having something to say about me, so I'm not worried about her. So Christina brings up an idea of a trip to a cabin, and they talk to a mediator because she feel like she can't get nothing solved with them. So they're gonna do that. Tamika on board with it. Then you had Tamika and Mo. Christina and Mo. They at Mo house, and they end up calling Tori to see if she would be down with the cabin trip. And she was down. She was kind of hesitant, but she was down. Cherie meet up with Christina to talk about the whole Willie drama and how she felt like Cherie should have told Christina about Willie dating Monica. And she was just basically like, that was before you. You shouldn't even trip off of that. I apologize for not telling you, but we didn't think it was a big idea. And she was like, but I'm cool with Monica, so I think that was something I should know. I'm going to get into more of that later, of how I felt about that situation. Tori is the new face of Skimpy Mixer Lemonade or something. Cool for you. They going to do a launch party for her. That's cool. She just trying to be independent now. So that was cool. The ladies, they head to the cabin, all awkward on the bus, nobody talking to each other. I'm like, why not drive your old car to them? If you ain't gonna conversate, why drive on the same damn bus? But anyway, they get to the house. The ladies sitting down, everybody except Tamika. Everybody at the table eating. Tamika's taking selfies. She over on the couch, like, she ain't got time to be bothered with Tori, basically. And then Tori say, she's past the argument. I like how Cherie was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Because soon as Cherie said it, I was like, no, you're not. You're not over that shit. Because y'all talk about her anytime y'all not in the same room with her. So then the mediator comes. She's asking her what kind of started everything. So they got to talking about, the whole kill yourself comment. And Tamika felt some kind of way about Tori saying that kind of stuff because she said that she was contemplating or she was thinking about ending her life when all the drama was going on of losing her son. So she was like, that really hurt me. And Tori was like, it was a joke. I didn't mean to hurt you like that. So they kind of moved past that. But like I said, Tori, your words can be deadly. And I always say that, like, you never know what somebody is going through. And like Tamika said, you never know. What you said might be that push for somebody to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, choose your words kindly, especially being old ass out like you are. Tori lied talking about, I didn't believe everything that was said about you in the blogs. And Tamika was like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Because everything that you said about me was things that came from the blogs. It was not things that you knew about me. And Tori basically had to kind of admit to some of that stuff, but she talking about she didn't believe it. And that's the only way that she didn't know nothing about her, and that was the only thing that she can use against her in an argument. Childish as fuck, like I said before. So then they start talking about the whole thing with Cherie and Tamika and Usher, and she ain't never slept with him. She ain't never slept with a married man. And I like how Tamika was like, hey, did you do it before? And she was like, no, and all that stuff. So they kumbaya'd it out, whatever, who cares? What else happened? So anyway, they hugged it out. Everybody cool. Then they were talking about going to bed or whatever. Cherie is messy as fuck because she got in that bed with Christina and still tried to bring it up, talking about, I hope everything is gonna be right, and crazy. She kept calling Tamika crazy, and I was like, bitch, you was trying to keep this drama going. Didn't y'all just kumbaya this shit out in the other fucking room? Then the next day, she up cooking breakfast. Tori coming there, they still talking about Tamika. Then they kind of shut it down once Christina came in there and it was like, oh, I'm just glad everything is cool. I'm like, no, you bitches are fake. That's what I'm getting from Tori and Cherie. But okay. Then they were talking about going on a longer vacation somewhere. So okay. Then Tori has this launch party, and they give her a new little skimpy mixer car. Then all the ladies are sitting there talking, and they're talking. Monica's there, so now Monica and Cherie is talking about Willie. And Monica is basically saying how this happened before we knew you, and all this kind of stuff. And Christina's just basically like, no, I'm going to break it off with him because I feel uncomfortable. You're my friend. He should have told me, yada, yada, yada. So Cherie was like, he here. And I'm like, ain't that about a bitch? But then she was like, she called him to come down there and settle that bullshit. And I'm like, so you're going to call him to somebody else's event to settle out some bullshit where y'all could have met up for lunch when you and Christina met up for lunch? Are you serious? That's what kills me. Why do y'all bring drama to other people's event and then get mad when it's drama brought to y'all event? But anyway, he comes over, he asks to speak to Christina, and he just basically telling her, like, this shouldn't have nothing to do with our relationship. This is irrelevant. And she was like, it's not irrelevant to me because Monica's my friend. This is my whole situation with that. I get what she's saying. I really do. Because I don't fuck with nobody my friends fuck with. I don't give a fuck if they was in elementary. I feel like they off limits. I don't give a fuck how fine he is. He ugly to me at that point. If somebody I know talk to him. But I've had that situation happen to me where a girl I hung with in high school, we were cool. It was a clique of us, like about 5 or 6 of us, and we used to, hang real tight. Then we kind of distance ourselves once we start having kids or whatever. Then one day, my son's father comes to me to bring me some stuff, and he had a girl in the car, and he was like, hey, this is, whoop, whoop. I'm like, hey, girl, I know the girl from high school. So he looking like, what the fuck? But I didn't get mad at her. I didn't have no animosity towards her because, first of all, she didn't know that was my son's father. I didn't know they were dating. They had been dating for months before I met her. So I was just, before I saw them together. So I didn't have no ill will. Why would I get and try to break that up or something like that when she didn't know who that was my son's father? I didn't know he was dating her or nothing. He didn't know that was my friend. Nothing like that. And we still cool. I keep my relationship with her separate than I keep my relationship with him because they're not together anymore. But hey, that's what grown people do. We don't still be like, oh, bitch, that was my man. You can't talk to him. No, we grown. We grown. And like Monica said, we didn't know you. And I understand what Christina was like, but damn, every time I'm with him, I'm like, damn, you was all up in her. Now you all up in me. Because you're a woman. You have those thoughts. But, yeah, I don't think she should get rid of Willie. I think he seemed like a really cool guy that I don't think she should get rid of at this moment. I think you need to take some time out and hopefully, well, I know you guys got back together. Like I said, I seen them on Instagram, so I know they back together. So yeah, girl, you can't be playing them childish ass games. You'll lose a good ass man, especially being in Atlanta. You'll lose a good ass man over some petty ass shit. But hope y'all work it out. Hope all y'all be cool. Next week they're gonna go to Cancun and Tori's still gonna be fucking with Tamika because Tamika is the person that don't really, she don't be all up into the group. She's like a loner. I get that. I'm like that too. Even though I be with a gang of people, I probably be by myself. I'm just that type of person because I just don't like to be around a lot of drama, petty, whatever. So I get it. And like they told Tamika when they were talking to that life coach, they just want her to be more involved with them. They want her to be, if she got a problem, say it. If, they just want her to be more into their sisterhood because they don't feel that with her right now. She's very closed off. And like Tamika said, I'm closed off because I've been through so much. She lost so many friends who she thought was friends. She just been through so much. So some of me feel some kind of way towards Tamika. I don't judge her from that bullshit with Usher because that wasn't my business, whatever. But tell me what y'all thought about Hollywood Exes. Sorry it's up so late. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things of kids going back to school, and I'll be having to go to bed a little earlier now because I moved from where I was last year, but they still go to the same school, but I have to get them there. So I'm trying to get it back in the swing of things. Hopefully I can do it. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, Xbox Live. Make sure you check out my girl Ashley Miller, Much Love from KY, Cemented, Squeaky Jones, Forest Rocks, Might Be 801. Check out these YouTubers, Jamar84, New Orleans Lil, Scotty from Mississippi Standing. I love all my YouTubers that I always shout out. I love you guys. So make sure you guys check them out and talk to them. All right, you guys. Peace out.